don't offer to send them more information than they asked for.
Yeah.
That could lead you to unnecessary questions and delays. I've heard people say, "Oh, do you want me to also send this?"
Yeah.
Just send them, listen closely to what they want, send them exactly what they want. If you, for example, if they say, "I want a copy of that test report," and you say, "Would you like the test protocol too?" They didn't originally want it, but they're going to say, "Sure, yeah, send me that." They wind up reading that protocol. What if they find something that they don't especially like? You wind up going back and forth on a topic that they didn't even bring up and weren't interested in. So
Right.
it's to just don't send them something.
That ties into the de-escalating piece, right? In terms of how you answer questions the right way. And if you don't answer it the right way, or you don't sound like you really know what confident in what you're talking about, it's going to lead to more questions. So in terms of offering something that they didn't ask for, it goes along the same lines of de-escalation versus shining a light, an additional light on something you don't need to.
Right. Yep, exactly. Another point, don't try to give them a lengthy explanation on the phone. If you are on the phone with them, try to keep answers there relatively simple. They're probably going to want your answer in writing anyway. Most answers they're going to want in writing, and certainly if it's something complicated, they're going to want it in writing. So if they say, "Well, I don't really understand how you guys approach this testing," try to avoid giving them a 15-minute discussion about, "Well, here's how we started." They're going to at the end say, "Oh, okay, I think I see it." Put all that in writing. You're going to have to put it in writing anyway. So,
yeah.
Lastly, and I hope this goes without saying, please don't argue with them. If you do disagree, you are more than welcome to disagree. If you do disagree, it's better to just collect your thoughts with the team, put together your counterpoint in writing, and prepare that to send it back to them to show them the other perspective. Take note of their view. Again, if it's something simple, feel free to discuss your company's side of the issue with them on the phone, but don't get defensive. Don't get, of course, argumentative with them.
I like to think of it like dating, right? Probably not good to argue during the date. Very similar. You said don't give them a wordy response. We do a pretty detailed prep. From an interview standpoint, it should be conversational, right? You really, like tennis or ping pong, you really don't want it to stay on one side forever, right?
Yep.
So probably pretty good advice not to argue with the governing body.
Yeah, I wouldn't recommend it. If it comes to that, you're probably not going to win the argument. So these guys always have 50% say in all of this, 51% say.
Yeah.
Okay. If you do have a submission that you're starting to craft and you need early feedback, this will go back to something Darwin said a moment ago. For example, how to approach testing or something, and you want to know this before you send in your 510K. Excuse me. One of the best ways to do this is through what's called the Q-Sub program. And once again, there's a good guidance document on the Q-Sub program. Hear me, won't you speak to me when I open up? And I forward my thoughts to you, but sometimes I'd say you're thinking too much, and I don't want to